Hey, Shagdog, Spitter Swallow Beer Review. Jammer's not here. He's working this weekend. So Shagdog is solo once again because I'm bored. I'm on quarantine still, folks. I am going out working. I'm trying to do my social distancing, decontaminate my hands as much as I can, wear my mask. But besides that, I'm not going out. Bars are actually opening up back here. I don't have too many friends to begin with, actually. So I have like one other person ask me to go places, but I'm like, I'm not going no damn places, restaurants where they have a bar. They're open already. They've been open. But no, and now the regular bars are opening up this coming Monday, I believe. And the numbers have gone up the last 2 days here in Florida. I'm thinking because of the schools or students coming down with coronavirus now. I think the numbers will be jacked up pretty high here in the next couple weeks. Just like they were, probably back up to 10, 11, 15,000 new cases every day. Right now, we're down to like 3,000, 2,000. They got down to 1,000 finally the other day, and now it's back up. Went back up to 2,000 something, 3,000 something. So we'll see. Anyhow, I'm doing Miller Lite, a classic. This is out of actually the big mouth aluminum bottle. I think it'd be better if they came out with big pounder. Is this 16 ounces? I think it's 16 ounces. It might even be 12 ounces for all I know. I don't know. But anyhow, it'd be better if they had glass bottles that shape. That'd be awesome, actually. Brown bottles, yeah. This is a limited edition can. It has the flag and the Jet Miller time. There's actually some thing you can scan, I guess. You could win in the snap. I got to figure out how to scan it, see if I won. And these Best Buy is, there's a date on here I saw earlier. Oh, like November 23rd, 20. So I guess it's fresh till then, so we're good. We're 2 months, more than 2 months ahead of the schedule. So I reviewed this one by myself a few weeks back, actually, solo, but I figure, what the hell, do it again, right? Oh, damn. Definitely tamper-proof, right? Miller Lite used to be one of my favorite beers. This is one of my go-to light beers that I drank all the time, actually. Definitely, I drank a lot of these, and it was my favorite light beer. But I think mainly because it was on sale all the time where I lived. But as soon as they had the sale of whatever the hell, the InBev thing, bought part of Saab Miller, and Miller went to Coors, Molson. They already had a partnership with them, but whatever the hell that is, the price went. Never had Miller. Now, Miller High Life and those a couple of the other Miller products are on sale sometimes, but Miller Lite never on sale anymore at those stores. So I don't know if something happened there. Maybe because if it is owned by Coors and Molson, they don't want it competing, being cheaper than Coors Light, you know. So if it stays even with Coors Light, you know. All right. Oh, shit, I got to smell it. I got this filled up to the rim now. Definitely smells corny. Yeah. Corny. It actually smells, you know, I think the last one I had was out of a can also. But it was a regular 16-ounce can, but regular can. But you get that malty, grainy, to me, like a cooked corn, maybe a little grassiness in there, not much. Supposed to be a Pilsner style. It's definitely not a Pilsner. It's supposed to be a Pilsner style. Yeah, let's do it. What do you say, right? It's really dark for a light beer, though. One of the darker light beers, I think. It's a dark gold, you know. It's almost got a little amber color in there, I guess. I swear this tastes a lot different than it used to. I don't know. And even the ABV is different. I swear I forgot to say the ABV and all that, right? It was 53 by Beer Advocate. ABV is 4.17. The last time I did this, I mentioned that it used to always say 4.2, but it's 4.17 supposedly. I don't see that at the bottom anywhere, but so even the ABV is lower, supposedly. I used to be able to get 18 packs of Miller Lite for like $11. Like you would with a Busch Light or something, almost. Not quite as good sales, but almost, Now it's never on sale. Never. 12-pack, you're paying probably $14.99. 18-pack, you're probably paying $17.99, somewhere around there. The 12-packs were even like $9 or $8 all the time on sale. So I don't know what the hell happened, but anyhow. Yeah, I think that even the taste is different. Maybe it's just this can, I don't know. But it tastes a lot more corn syrupy. Or maybe it's been this way all the time and I just drank it so much back then I didn't notice it. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. Just for a light beer, it has a bolder flavor than most adjunct light lagers here in America. Busch Light, Bud Light, what the hell's a Coors Light? It has more of a bolder taste. It doesn't even taste like a light beer compared to some of those, I think. I mean, I had regular Busch earlier, and this tastes bolder than regular Busch. If that's saying anything. It's not bad. I mean, for what it is, a light beer. I think I'm sure they use GMO corn syrup and all that kind of shit. It's probably not healthy for you at all. I still like some of the gimmicks that Miller did back in the day. I mentioned this on the other Miller video I recall. The Miller Vortex bottles, the regular. I miss the old school. Now I'm calling them. This is supposed to be like the old school. But I miss the old school for like 90s on or whatever hell it was, where the blue label. Yeah, I like that. But the Vortex bottle had the inner, inside the bottle and the neck. I mean, it didn't do nothing special. It didn't make it come out that way, I don't think, like a Vortex. But it was just cool theory. Yeah. Drink this bottle and it's coming out like this. Swirling down the bottleneck right into your mouth, right? I'm sure it did it. I talked about also the Miller Lite that had the cans that like shotgun, like a little tab there, and you press your key or something in it, popped a hole in it, and then you drank it. It's like shotgun. It wasn't really like shotgun of the beer, but I guess it helped a little bit, get some air in there while you're drinking it. Make it able to chug it a little bit better, I guess. I don't know. And when I was doing that Miller Lite video, I think that's the one I talked about chugging, doing shotguns, and I looked up some videos and stuff. I'm not going to do that tonight, though. But anywho, no views tonight. No, Jeff don't want to watch. We're probably getting on him too much about Canada. As I watched one of those videos where I was getting hammered. I don't know about Jammer. Shagdog was getting hammered. All right, let's chug this down. We're at 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and grate it here and give it a sip. I'm going to give this a C, a straight up C and a swallow. There's something off about this can and the last can I had. Next time I do this, I'm going to try to get bottles, drink it out, review out of the bottle to the glass, see if it tastes better. I always thought the bottles of Miller Lite tasted better. Maybe it just could be, these cans and the 16-ounce cans are brewed specific place, and I don't know. It's just not as good as it used to be, if you ask me. It almost tastes the same, but there's something else to it. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Anything else to talk about tonight? Probably not. No one's watching. Shagdog sitting here by himself. I could have just went out and made more money instead of drinking beer. I could have and I should have. I got one more beer to do, though. tonight. Get tired already. I've been up since like 6 in the morning. I've been, man, it was really weird since I've been back doing this kind of work. I've been going to bed around 10:30, waking up 6:30, sometimes waking up 3, 4 o'clock because I don't know. I'm just, maybe I drink water. Sometimes I drink water or sodas or whatever before I go to bed, so maybe that's why. Hopefully it's not my prostate. I'm getting to that age where I'm like, oh shit, yeah. Not bad though. I mean, I didn't give it a C because it just doesn't have that same great taste and not as less filling as it used to be. It actually tastes a little more filling. The Jammer's working this weekend, I believe. Shagdog's here solo, folks. Trying to keep the dream alive. Someday I'll have a better setup. It's not too bad. I got this nice hutch behind me, some little pumpkin. Maybe got some little pumpkin stuff in front of me and a little weird. I don't know. That is zucchini. What is that? Squash? I don't even know what the hell it is. Here's a really interesting looking one. Oh my God, look at this one. Sparkly. There's a little tiny pumpkin type thing. Interesting. Yeah, fall is almost upon us. I hope it gets cooler here in Florida, folks, because it's too damn hot. It's just too humid. Can't do it. Luckily, lately, last couple days, still getting that high, but the afternoon is dipping down a little bit to like 82, feeling like 92 instead of, because last week or 2 weeks ago, it was like 89, 90, 91, 92, feeling like 104, 105, and it stayed like that all the way up to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, about 3 or 4, it's going down to the low 80s, but that's because the storms have been coming in the afternoon, so storms bring the temperature down a little bit, but that humidity will still be there, so it's still, even though it brings the real temperature down to 82 or whatever, it feels like 92, yeah. Horrible. Well, I'm trying to only drink when I do beer reviews, and I haven't drank since we did the last beer review, which was last Friday. So once a week, not too bad. I'm trying to drink once a week. That's it. And then with my previous job, I drank a lot too because I did the 2 days on, 2 days off every other weekend. So every other week, nights, I was going out to the bar 2 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week, plus doing a beer review once every 2 weeks. Tried to, sometimes once a month, depending, because me and Jammer back then at that time had opposite schedules. So, but I was drinking more. Though because of coronavirus, so I was home from March all the way to July, not doing anything. And besides even doing a beer review, I was just drinking, get a 6-pack, watch a movie, do karaoke, drinking. Now I'm going to try to cut it down to once a week, and then maybe I'll even cut it down, just do beer reviews with Jam. I won't even do any solo beer reviews anymore. Yeah, so again, a straight up C and a swallow. It's hard doing beer reviews by yourself, folks. When you've been used to doing it with somebody for all this time. Sometimes I'll have a couple good beer reviews solo, but most times I usually play off Jammer pretty good. Frenzy. Right down. I'm thinking about doing I don't know if any viewers will watch this far into the video, but let me know. I'm thinking about doing a separate channel and actually doing like I think I'm kind of a precog, although probably drinking probably affects my precog abilities. But I do have dreams, and occasionally they somewhat come true. I only had one come really true. Kind of a different scenario in it, but it came true. But I'm thinking about doing dream videos, write down my dreams when I wake up, and then, either once a week or a couple times a week, go over my dreams. And let's see if somebody can decipher those dreams. I'm just going to tell you my dream, but make it kind of like a dream and ESP type site. What do you think? Shagdog can do that while I'm drinking. Keep a straight face. But I do have crazy dreams, and nowadays I don't remember them as well. Sometimes I do. They start remembering them. Sometimes I have some crazy ass dreams. And Jammer will tell you he remembers. So I used to tell him about some of my crazy dreams. He even remembers some of those dreams. Like when we used to work at a juice plant, I worked in the barrel room. I wasn't a laborer. I was an inventory clerk, but occasionally I had to help them. And they had this barrel dumper. A barrel comes down a conveyor belt, goes into this clamp thing. And then the person presses a pedal, and the clamp tips the barrel, dumps the barrel stuff out. They had to hold. There's bags in the barrel too, so they hold the bag so the bag didn't fall in. Whatever. But I had a dream one time, I think because I hated that place so much, but that they're dumping babies into coming out of the barrel into the agitator. It was a weird dream. I don't know why I dreamed about that, but Jammer still remembers that dream. I told him about it the next day. I was like, man, I'm dreaming that they're dumping babies into the agitator. I don't know why. Maybe it was just I never had kids. That was a long time. That was like 1999, 98, 99, 98, 99, somewhere around there, 20, 21 years ago. And I never had kids this day. Maybe it was just telling me you're never going to have kids. Here's all your babies going to waste. I don't know. Oh, so let me know if you think that might be a good show. Dreams and beer. Maybe I'll just do the whole dreams part, not drink beer, right? But I used to post some of my dreams. I don't know if any of you remember. I think they still have it on yahoo.com. It used to be Yahoo Answers. And you put a question on there, kind of like with Google now, like when you review a place or ask about a business, people answer, or whatever, a review. Rugby. But Yahoo Answers used to have different questions or whatever. My questions are still on there. If you look them up about dreams, like Chinese soldiers. Or one time I had a dream. It was like when the Super Bowl was in Miami. I had a dream like I was up in the air above the stadium in Miami, and like I saw like three little, it looked to me like pellet type things going into the stadium in a big blast. And then all of a sudden I was standing on the like a edge of a building, like a balcony of a building or something. And then I looked, and every building was falling down like ashes, like cigarette ashes crumbles or something like that. If you touch a cigarette ash, it crumbles or whatever. Everything was just falling. And then my building I was standing on started falling. And I woke up. So I was like, man. So I put on there, told my dream, like, man, is there going to be a nuclear blast in Super Bowl or something? And then someone said, man, stop eating potatoes, man. Potato chips before you go to bed. So, and nothing happened, so that's good. It did rain during that Super Bowl. I think that was the Bears and the Colts. Maybe that's what the dream was about. If you had some ashes out there in the rain, the ashes would just dissolve, basically, right? Another dream I had a long time ago, but maybe I'm watching too much because 911 type stuff, buildings crumbling, right? I used to watch a lot of Chinese shit, and so I had a dream once. Place where I used to live in upstate New York had a lake by this little amusement park, and the lake, they always told us to stay away from that lake because it had a fence around it actually too. People would fish there, but they had a fence around the lake. I don't think there's a fence around it now, but they'd always tell the kids it's a bottomless lake. Don't fish there, you drown, they'll never find you. Well, supposedly the rumor is Underground River or something. Seneca Lake is way north of it, about 17, 18 miles north. So they've had people drown in Seneca Lake and they found their bodies in the other lake, or vice versa. And so anyhow, in my dream, I'm at this lake and I see Chinese soldiers coming out of this lake. Like they're invading America. And this is back in I had to have this dream back in 2004, 2005, I think somewhere around there. But anyhow, like, well, I start shooting them as they're coming out of the lake. They just kept coming and coming. It's a bottomless lake. It's like, in my mind, it's like the lake's going all the way to China. They're coming from China through the lake. So anyhow, I was like, I gotta get the hell out of here. So I know in my mind, I know there's an Army depot north of there. Seneca Army Depot. I'd never been there before. Anyhow, I went up there and then said something about the Chinese soldiers coming. And they're like, yeah, something. I can't remember it now. I probably look it up on Yahoo to find it. And then all of a sudden I switched. I was like in a small town, like the town I'm in now, like down a little small downtown area. And it was like Christmas time. It's like lights and stuff and, festival type. It was like nighttime. It felt like it was like early evening, like 7, 8 o'clock at night or something. And everybody looked happy. And all of a sudden this voice came over intercom. It was like a Chinese accented person. They're like, Americans, it's curfew time. Report to your quarters now. And then I woke up. I was like, what the fuck? So to me, that like China's going to take over eventually. And then I put that dream on there too. And they're like, oh man, you got to stop watching movies, that kind of stuff, which is probably true. Yeah. Back then, I used to watch YouTube videos like there's Chinese army in Mexico and stuff like that. So maybe that kind of, and then Red Dawn. Well, I don't know if it was in the making yet, but I know the new Red Dawn took quite a few years to be made. And originally it was supposed to be China. But then they're like, well, the movie thing in China, there's too many. The movie market in China is too big and they don't want to turn people off in China. So they made it Korea. They didn't even say it was North Korea, but they insinuated it was basically North Korea invaded us. Stupid. And then at least the Australian movie company, they had a World War III when China invaded Australia. They didn't really say it was China, but they insinuated it was China pretty much. I think that was the war when we were young or something when we were young. They had a couple books, I guess. The movie was based on the book, but they only had the one movie, I believe. But that was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't real good, but it was all right. Better than the new Red Dawn movie. Neither one of them compared to the first Red Dawn movie, but you know what I'm saying. Nothing beats Patrick Swayze. Nothing. Patrick Swayze. What a great, God. Patrick Swayze had some good movies, and then all of a sudden fell off, and then he had pancreatic cancer and died. Ghost, did I mention Ghost? Outsiders, Red Dawn, Ghost, Dirty Dancing, Roadhouse. Right there, 5 good movies that he's in. Then he had Point Break, which was probably his last big movie, I think. Then he had a couple, family-type movies or something. They weren't as good as, our big blockbusters or whatever, some of those other ones. And then that was it. And they died of pancreatic cancer. Shit happens, I guess. Which I wish he lived, because I really, truly wish they could redo an Outsiders movie. Maybe they get Patrick Swayze's brother to play his part. I don't know if he can or not. He's not as good as Patrick, but he's still alive. I think he was way older than Patrick, or I don't know. He looked older than Patrick, which Patrick was pretty old at that point. When they did The Outsiders, Patrick's character is probably supposed to be like 24, 25, something like that. But he was actuality like 32 years old or something like that. I don't know, some shit like that. But anyhow, yeah, I mean, it'd be great Outsiders. And I was hoping they did one like years ago. God, so it was supposed to be 80s. It was supposed to be like the early 60s or something. I don't know what the hell year it was supposed to be, but say it was 64. 64, 74, 84, 94. 30 years, so that means that shit was made in the early 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2000. Yeah, if he was still alive and it made like a 30-year sequel, like 30 years later. They're all like, say, Ponyboy was supposed to be like 16 in that movie, 16 and 30, which would be 46. Although he looked a lot older at 46. See Thomas Howell, but you know what I'm saying. Would have been great if they were like, oh yeah, it's 1970s now or 80s. How they grew up and what they're doing now or something. It would have been nice, I think. Have all those characters back together. Rob Lowe, Emilio Estevez, Tom Cruise, Ponyboy, C. Thomas Howell. Of course, Ralph Macchio cannot be there. But maybe they could add Ponyboy talking about it. I wonder how, what's the name would be right now if he never died. And they showed him and Matt Dillon. Like, hey, Ponyboy. Like, Ponyboy's all stoned or something. Ponyboy's on crack in the 80s or something. Well, they can still have it, but not Patrick Swayze. They can just say his character died, but still have Ponyboy on crack. And I guess they could say it's the 90s or 2000 or something. I don't know. One of my favorite, I think I mentioned this one time, favorite Saturday Night Live skit is Rob Lowe was on Saturday Night Live one time. I don't know how long ago it was. But he's doing his monologue at the beginning. It's like, oh, my diary from when I was on set for The Outsiders. Wow, I'm on set for The Outsiders. A lot of great actors. Patrick Swayze, Tom Cruise, Emilio Estevez, Ralph Macchio. Who else? Matt Dillon. All these people. But that C. Thomas Howell is going to be one heck of an actor. And C. Thomas Howell is like but he said Patrick Swayze too. And C. Thomas Howell is like the worst out of all of them. Unfortunately. He had The Outsiders, he's Ponyboy, and then his Red Dawn he's a crazy kid. And then that was it. And all the movies he's been in since then, he plays crappy parts. I don't know what happened to him. It was drugs or he fell out of favor in Hollywood. I don't know. Or he just doesn't give good parts. I don't know. Or maybe he was a good actor as Ponyboy. Or maybe he wasn't even a good actor then. It's just everybody, they made him good. He had to be good. And some people are typecast or whatever you call it. They can only play one part. Well, if you're playing the part of a teenager and you're almost the age of a teenager, that's pretty much the part that you can play best, and then you get older. You can't play a teenager anymore. Wait, did he play in that? He did play in that one movie, though. Was it C. Thomas Howell in that movie? It was called Soul Man. He was like white and couldn't get into college, so he did the blackface thing. I think that was. Man, that movie's not big anymore. C. Thomas Howell better watch his back. All right, well, I guess this video went too long, 34 minutes. I'll try to cut it down, edit it tomorrow or someday this week. I am Shagdog. If you never had Miller Lite, try it. You might like it. I'm going to chug it down on camera, what's left. I hope, because I can barely breathe. I hope it's not COVID. And I am Shagdog, the Spit or Swallow Beer Review. We will see you on the next one. And Jammer. Well, I got one more to do solo, but Jammer should be back next week, maybe. If not, we'll get him in 2 weeks after that or something. Sometimes he can do it on weekdays too, but we'll see. All right, see you on the next one.